a lot of us actually, or especially the youth, teenager, about live in reality and with the fiction. with the fiction. هحاول أشير آية من القرآن سورة الحجرات آية number 6. Actually, سورة الحجرات actually is 18 آية. 18 آية but revealed where in المدينة. And what's called الحجرات, the houses of Rasulullah صلى الله عليه وسلم. And how the Muslim Ummah to be united and good. Allah يقول سورة الحجرات آية number 6. يا أيها الذين آمنوا that mean this for me, for us. إن جاءكم فاسق بنبأ فتبينوا أن تصيبوا قوما بجهالة فتصبحوا على ما فعلتم نادمين. Or you believe, if somebody came with a fake news, make sure this is reality or not. فتبينوا أن تصيبوا قوما بجهالة. Maybe they accuse some other people not true.
Don't believe what you hear.
And you will regret. In fact, there is a reason of revelation. Rasulullah group of a tribe far away from Medina, they become Muslim. And they are happy they are Muslims. And Prophet Muhammad he sent one of the companions to get the zakat from them. And this actually story with the Hadith Rasul and others us. And Rasulullah sent this man to the tribe to get the zakah. And those people did that 1 year Muslimin, they are happy, they are excited. They collect all the zakat, the money, with the wealth, whatever they have, and they are welcoming to the companion to give the zakah handy.
They're excited.
They're excited. But what did the companion thought? He thought they are coming to kill him. And anyway, he ran back to Medina al-Munawwara. And those people, the tribe, new Muslims, we don't know what happened, why late. What did they went walking to Medina with the wealth, with the zakat. And the man to Prophet Muhammad sallallahu alaihi wasallam, Ya Rasulullah, they came to kill you and to kill all the Muslims in Medina. And Rasulullah, he said, Khalid, go and before you fight, check they are Muslim or not. And guess what? When he arrived, their adhan, they make an adhan, and they pray. Then Khalid said, what happened? And then we came to Khalid. Oh, you are here for zakat. Said, no, come with me to Rasulullah. And then Rasulullah said, Ya Rasulullah, we're not killing him. We are happy. We have that to give the key, the reality.
The rumors. He started a rumor before they.
So that's the Prophet Muhammad صلى الله عليه وسلم كفى كذبا أن يحدث بما سمع. For the person to become a liar, to share news with no reality.
No proof of anything.
No proof.
They just make up stuff.
And now people online.
It's always like this.
So
it's always like this.
The first question we just discussed here. ما المقصود بفصل الحقيقة عن الخيال في عالم الجرم? What is the difference there? Difference between facts and fiction in our life.
It's so hard to tell which one's true and which one's false anymore, right? They have these videos now that are so realistic, AI and such clear videos that make it look so real that a lot of people, a lot of kids are confused. They're believing everything they see. They're believing everything they hear. They're believing everything they're reading. They're believing everything they're watching. And it's such you have to really be observant and kind of, I guess the majority of the time I tell the kids, use common sense, right? Common sense kind of within our age group is different than the common sense of their age group, right? What we believe and we understand, what we know, we can tell, okay, that's ridiculous. If you drink 10 cups of coffee a day, it's not going to make you live 10 years longer. That doesn't make sense, right? We get that. We understand that. But a kid sees this. A kid, watches a video that says, drink 10 cups of coffee a day and you're going to live forever. A kid sees this, a kid hears this, they're going to think, oh, okay, and then, the parents say, why is you drinking so much coffee? Well, because somebody online told me that if I drink 10 cups of coffee a day, I'm going to live forever. These kids start to believe these things. They start to believe the ridiculousness that's out there, and they start to follow all these people, right? The way I try to explain it to the kids is think about what you're doing when they're telling you, like my photo and follow me. You became a follower of some guy that you don't even know what he is or who he is. Everybody online is a doctor. Everybody online is a lawyer. Everybody online is a professional something.
Yeah.
Right. And we as humans, we perceive, right? We look at with our eyes, and if we see somebody online that has a doctor, a stethoscope, and an outfit of a doctor, scrubs on, we believe, oh, that guy has to be a doctor.
But brother, you always kids. I mean,
even adults, even adults. I mean, it's scary because even with my job and my position, and I meet all these people, they see stuff online and they believe all that stuff that they're seeing, and they'll say, "Well, I saw this online," and I have to say, "Listen, my man, please, you're in your 40s. How are you still believing what you're seeing online?" And we tell the kids. I talk to the adults. You know, we talk to the kids all the time about don't believe everything you see, don't believe everything you read.
Possible, yeah.
And then the adults are still doing it.
This is a problem also.
Yeah, the adults fall for it. So I have to explain to them, do your research, right? It's not difficult to go onto a medical website and say, does 10 cups of coffee a day really make me live forever?
Kill her.
Or it's going to kill you with all the caffeine that you just put in your body.
لماذا يكتب الخيال والأوهام على منصات التواصل أكثر من الحقيقة؟ What is that?
Why is there more lies of an illusion, right? Because
illusion.
The question is, I get a lot of that from especially adults, because they always wonder, why do my kids believe this? Why do they keep putting this stuff online? Because that's what makes people follow you. That's what gives you the views. That's what gives you the likes. That's what people want to see. People don't want to see reality, because reality to some people sucks, right? It's boring. It's dull. It's annoying. And so we want to see the fantasy. We want to see the lies, and we're okay with that. Mm-hmm. Our kids are okay with that. Our adults, a lot of the adults are okay with that. They don't want to see the truth, right? The truth is, we were talking earlier today about, these people that go online and they say, if you go to sleep before you go to bed, just tell the universe that you want to become a millionaire, and then tomorrow you're going to wake up a millionaire. That's not true.
But because he is something very important for me. Some people, they make the lie, they know it's lies.
Yeah.
And step by step, they believe their own lies.
Yes, absolutely. Absolutely. They fall for their own trap.
But the kid, my point here, how to fix this? They're going to destroy his life.
You have to. Okay, so there's, as adults, as parents, as the responsible people, right? Responsible ones. If you're an older sister, like in your 20s and 30s, if you're an older brother, if you're a mom or if you're a dad, you have to be the mature person to really explain to the younger generation that, look, don't believe everything you're seeing on the websites, on the social media platforms. Really, really do your research, right? Really read the stuff that you're looking at, that you're watching, right? Because you can easily Google whatever you want to Google, and don't just go for the first 3 things that you see on Google. You have to really dig deep into the websites to really find what's true and what's not true, right? What you can't just go, because back in the days, you can Google something and you can get a good answer. Now you can pay Google $50, $100 a month for your answer to be on top, for your business to be on top. Oh yeah, of course. Advertisement, everything costs. As long as you're going to pay the money, you can be on top.
Wow.
So you have to really understand how the marketing works, how the business model works. And when I work in my line of work, I kind of do a little bit more of the research. I read the user terms and agreements. I read what the people are doing, how they're making their money. And I see that to post filters, to post yourself looking good and a filter that makes your face clear and makes your beard nice, those are the videos that are going to make the most views, the most likes, and then you say, okay, what else can I do to make my videos stand out more? Well, if you tell people some ridiculous stuff that doesn't make any sense, The majority of the time, those people are going to like your videos and then they're going to follow you. And then you start getting all these followers and they're starting to like your videos and they're watching your content. And then that person is making a lot of money off of saying the dumbest things in the world that doesn't make any sense.
But that, I believe, with all my respect, the sickness in our hearts. So how to fix this kind of sickness?
It's because, you know, a lot of people, I think what ends up happening is we're missing something, right? A lot of people are missing a lot of stuff on the inside. You know, they're lonely, they're depressed, they're sad, or whatever it is that is going on into people. So they're looking outside for some way to fill in that void that's inside of them. And Islam has like the perfect answer, your deen, get closer to your deen, and you don't have to fall for these ridiculous videos and you're not going to follow these people, right? We're looking for an answer that we already have right in our back pockets.
Yeah, but not everybody following that. And now Sheikh Google and Sheikh Siri now, most of the people go to, for example, I don't want to mention masjid. When I go to the masjid, they ask me a question, believe it or not, everybody in the hall answer. I always say, mashallah, all scholars.
Every scholars.
Ulama scholars. Why are you asking me?
Yes, a final.
And the key, whoever that's to me, Allah said in Surah Al-Furqan, وَعِبَادُ الرَّحْمَنِ, the servant of Allah. وَإِذَا خَاطَبُ الْجَاهِلُونَ, with the ignorant people speak with them, وَإِذَا خَاطَبُ الْجَاهِلُونَ قَالُوا سَلَامًا. Some ignorant like this, I say, ciao.
Yeah, don't waste your time.
Salam. I don't want to waste my time.
Absolutely.
Well, because they believe
Absolutely.
They are scholars. But that is their.
Because a lot of people, a lot of the guys, a lot of men especially, men don't want to say that they don't know.
But that's the key we speak about reality and fiction.
Yeah, absolutely.
This kind of reality, the people not accepting the reality.
No, because again, it's scary, right? It's boring. It's not exciting for some people to really gather what reality is all about.
But what about it? Me, my son, my daughter, my family have this kind of fiction, but we know, but we cannot fix it. We want to fix it.
Okay, so you have to really understand. If you know it's fake, if you understand, because I watch these videos, I know it's fake. I know, I could tell which one's real, which one's AI. Sometimes I have to question it, and I research and I look it up. Okay, this is not real. This is not true. This person passed away, or this person became a billionaire. Let me look it up. Let me do a little bit more research. Let me dive. Or there was an earthquake in Alaska and there's aliens in there now. Okay, let me look it up to see if it's real or not. Because then, if you don't look it up, you're going to think, oh my God, there's aliens in Alaska. There's aliens there. I'm going to go look it up now with all my friends over there. No, don't look it up. There's no aliens in Alaska. But these are the things that people will see a video. Oh my gosh, there's aliens in Alaska. And then a lot of people, you can see how many people repost or take that video and say, let me put it on my news. Let me put it on my feed so my friends can see this. And then all your circle of friends thinks, oh my God, there's aliens in Alaska.
I work in NASA. In NASA, I came to America, by the way, to go to the moon and to see
see the aliens.
I believe, Allahu Alam. Of course, I don't know. But I believe something. We have some other creation, not a human being.
We can't say that. Allah
knows best.
But for me, for this context, we have to understand that when we see or hear something ridiculous or something that doesn't make any sense, we have to ask the right questions.
Exactly.
Right? Go to the professional and see who's saying these things.
Yes. So, كيف يمكن أن نغير الخيال? How to change the fiction على the fiction internet to change it in reality, especially with the youth.
So when we look at the kids' minds, how can online fiction change young people's minds? So we have to remember our kids are developing. Right, the age 12, 10, 11, 13, 15, even up to 20, sometimes 21, 22. Our kids are still trying to get their brains right, trying to develop their brains and
daily basis.
On daily, even now at our ages, we're still trying to develop our brains. But when you, as a parent, are if you're doing your due diligence as a parent and watching what your kids are watching, you should be that person that says, okay, you just saw that video. I was watching that video with you. That's fake. Let me explain to you why it's fake. Because if you don't stop it and nip it in the bud while it's happening, these kids' minds are going to start to change. And they're going to start to think, as they get older, they're going to believe this fantasy.
Yes.
Right? They're going to believe all the stuff that they're hearing, that they're seeing, that, you know, like we talked about it before, where, you know, we have all these role model men who are telling our men how to be men, or telling our boys, this is what a man is all about, right? We're watching these females telling the other little females, this is what a woman is all about. And when you listen to what they're saying, it doesn't make any sense.
Yes.
It's no, that's not what a woman is about. That's not what a man is about. If you don't, you know, really talk to your kids about what they're watching, if you're letting your kids watch some guy who's making money off of haram stuff and telling our kids this is how you become a man, and you're not telling your kids, no, that's haram, this is not what we do, we don't act like this, we don't sell this stuff, we don't do these things, that's not what a real man is. Let me show you what the Prophet Muhammad said is a man. Let's talk about what a real man is all about. You want to talk about to a female about how to be a woman? We have many women in our history books that can teach our women how to be women, what a real woman is all about.
Yeah.
So you have to sit down with your kids and you have to say, okay, let's put these down for a little bit. Let's put this down for a little bit. Let's stop looking at this and let's talk about the stuff that you watch. Because we said this before, we have to watch what our kids are watching.
Yes.
We can't stop our kids from watching social media.
Brother Muhammad mentioned this many times.
Mhm.
Please give attention to that. It's very important, brother and sister.
Our kids are going to be going to public schools. Our kids are going to be going to Islamic schools. Our kids are going to be going into the world.
Yes.
So even if we keep the social media away from them, they're still going to see it at schools, right? Because we can't stop the other parents from doing this stuff that we stop our kids from doing.
Mm.
So it's easier, it's better to kind of see what they're seeing, watch what they're watching, and explain to them and have a conversation with them about why this is haram, about why this is not right, about why we Muslims don't act like this. Right? I have a lot of parents who told me, well, I want to take my kids out of Islamic school and put them into American school, because if I put them in an American school, I can tell them that, you know, we're Muslims, we don't do that. Well, okay, I understand maybe a little bit, but that doesn't make any sense. Because you want your kids to go to an Islamic school, because at the end of the day, our parents, our teachers, those teachers that are in those Islamic schools, I think they're going to care more about our kids than a public school.
Yeah, but I'm professor. I go to public school.
Mm.
I created many
Mhm.
public schools. The problem is the Islamic school is not Islamic 100%.
There's no, okay.
Some Quran, some
Yeah,
Hadith,
yeah.
but still we are in America.
But yeah, we are in America. But if you, as a parent, as a teacher, as a parent, as a imam, as a board member, as anything, as a community member, as a Muslim community member, right? We have to educate ourselves on really how to talk and explain things to each other in a more better, in a professional manner. Right? How many times have you went to a place, a masjid or a school or somewhere, and you saw a father trying to explain something to another father, and that father got upset?
Many. Especially with me. Yeah.
And it comes down to understanding as a man, we're limited, right? Your expertise is different than my expertise, right? You know stuff better than I know stuff. You do all the Islamic stuff, all the Islamic knowledge, and I do the other stuff. I can't even compare to my education level to your education level. So we know that we are limited. So if somebody's coming to you and saying, hey, brother, listen, man, your kid and my kid are in the same class. Your son was showing my son a video on his phone, and it's kind of haram. And my son came home and told me about it. Is there any way you could talk to your kid about stop showing these videos in the school? I don't want to tell the principal. I don't want to tell the teachers. I want to be a man to man, as a father to father.
Rare to find.
Yeah, let's talk. And this is how it should be.
Yes, agree with you. But the problem here, brother, with something like this, they accuse the teacher.
Well, that's the easiest answer, right? Nobody wants to take the blame for their own kid.
This is it. But with all my respect, I know when I was actually, before my sickness, I was principal in Austin, Texas. And when the people come to me, I kick the kid out. Take your son, teach him yourself.
Yeah, absolutely.
My job as a teacher, for all the teacher here, the teacher job, not to make your son and your daughter polite and respect and that. No, teaching.
You're teaching Islamic values. You're teaching
but at the same time, Who is responsible? The household.
Absolutely.
Household is responsible,
Absolutely.
not the teacher. Do not blame the teacher. And even, unfortunately, Islamic school teacher, the salary very, very limited.
Yeah.
They have barely to live.
Yeah.
And at the same time, people they try to accuse the teacher. And they sacrifice a lot. I'm experienced with that. I see that. And honestly, those teacher is the best of the best.
I have to give them a lot of credit because
indeed
they're very low paid.
Indeed.
And they deal with so much. And a lot of times I see teachers who pay out of their own pocket for certain things and for their classrooms to be nicer. And so again, we go back down to how much do we want to invest in our future for our kids, right? So if we can help our schools out, if we help the teachers out, and we help our own kids out, we would have a more reality-based kids and not looking at these fiction stuff that they're continuously watching online.
Yeah, there's a question here. What is the harm actually with this kind of result of?
There's a lot. And one of the biggest things that I've always seen is that, once one lie goes to one kid, that kid spreads it to the other kid, that kid spreads it to the other kid. It goes, it's like a domino effect, right? And so the next thing you know, a whole classroom of kids are believing something. And the teachers are wondering what's going on. Why are these kids saying these things? Where do they get this information from? And again, maybe because I watch the same stuff, I kind of invest my time to learn what these kids are doing, but I have to explain to the teachers, they saw this online. And then I have to go in the classroom and say, guys, the stuff that you saw online is not true.
Yeah.
This is not the way it works. This is not the way it is. This is not the way. No, but I saw it, brother. The guy was saying this. I go, I know what the guy was saying. I watched the same videos and I'll go on my phone. Was this the video you saw? Yeah, look how, yes, because these people online, they know and they have like education and learning how to speak. If you speak a certain way, you say it in a certain way, you have a tone, and you sound like you know what you're talking about, people will believe you. You can persuade people to believe anything that you want them to believe if you know how to talk the right way. If you ever went to a lecture and you listen to somebody speaking, the way that person speaks, it's going to, whether you're going to pay attention, it's going to determine whether you're going to pay attention or you're going to fall asleep.
Indeed.
Right?
Yeah.
And so if you're going on and you're listening to a guy who's speaking, he keeps saying, you're going to say, okay, come on, man. Do you know what you're talking about? But if you have a guy who knows what he's speaking, how he's talking, you're going to say, okay, that guy knows what he's talking about.
Without
and the filler, and he's trying to waste time. No, you hear the guy talking, you can really, and the kids know this. The kids will say, he said it so eloquently. He spoke so clearly. He spoke so honestly. Yeah, but he's lying to you.
Yes.
He's still lying to you. Just because he said it in a nice way, just because he said it with a good tone, just because he sounded like he knew what he was talking about, the kids will believe him. And the bad thing about that is the kids will start to believe him and they'll start to do things. There was videos of these people who were talking about the best way to get rid of a headache is to drink all this turmeric with this.
Yeah, I see that.
And you listened, right? You put turmeric and you said, oh, but these kids it wasn't the guy who was saying 2 milligrams. No, the kids were throwing turmeric in a glass and they were drinking it.
Yeah.
And I said, no, that's not.
But in Surah Al-Saf, ayah number 2 and 3. يا أيها الذين آمنوا لما تقولون ما لا تفعلون كبر مقتا عند الله أن تقولوا ما. So beautiful ayat. Allah Azza wa Jal threatening those people. They saying that speaking, carrying is not truth.
Yeah.
And they كبر مقت. The most thing Allah hates the people you say something is not reality. That Allah said that we have to be careful. Our tongue is amana.
Yeah.
Anything comes out of my tongue will never go back.
Yeah. And that's why I use a lot of times when I do trainings on Islamic stuff. When people ask me questions that I don't know, I'm saying, listen, I don't know. Let me go talk to an imam. Let me go talk to a trusted person, and I'll email you back the response that I get from the imams.
Yeah. Well, actually, in the seerah of Rasulullah in the Quran, there's a lot of stories about this. And in fact, Allah threatened us to do this, to carry the other people. It's a great sin also. But if you, so brother, yes. Now, not speak about the Quran, Hadith now, But in this kind of situation, especially school started like a few months
Mhm.
ago, and people, since like only 1 month now, they will complain and complain and complain and complain, especially the parents. So, but especially with the reality,
Yeah.
our kids in the school, public school, in fact, Islamic school as well, the majority not live in reality. In fact,
Mhm.
of course, but we need to fix this if we can. Of course, the parents
Yeah.
online.
It's we have to remember too, our kids aren't like when we were being raised, right? It's a different time, different
Indeed.
era. And so back then we were able to go outside, play, jump on trees, climb trees, do our thing. Where now it's kind of like, we want to keep our kids inside because we're afraid of what's outside, right? We're afraid of kidnappers. We're afraid of all these scary people out there. Even for myself, my kid likes to go fishing, but no, you can't because I'm not with you. I don't want you to go outside by yourself. We have that mindset now where everything is bad out there, right? I'm maybe me different because of the field I've been in for so long. I see only bad,
Yeah.
right? And I hear all the time from my family members where you always think everything's negative, negative, negative. Well, that's all I've seen for the last 20 years of my life, right? You see the bad stuff. For us as parents, as family members, and even if you're a single mom and you have sisters and brothers, if you're a sister or brother of a single mom, use your experience and help that person with those kids, right? This is when we talk about community.
Yes.
Right? We need a community of people around us that we can trust to come help us with our kids. If you have a sister who is a single mom with a son who likes to go fishing, go take that kid, go fishing with that kid, and give that mom a little bit of time to catch her breath and do what she needs to do as a mother. And take that kid out. And when you go fishing with that kid, talk to him.
But hold on, fishing. We live in Florida.
Yeah.
We have Atlantic.
I hate fishing, but my
Atlantic Ocean is the close to us. The key, but other states they have.
Yeah, well, I'm just using that as an example. Like, you want a kid to ride a bike, you want a kid to do whatever it is that you think of those kids that your kids might like to do.
We can create something.
You can create something
with activities.
Yeah, with activities, but you have to be a community.
Yes.
This is the
community.
This is where what it comes down to, because Islam, you're not going to be a good Muslim until you love for your brother what you love for yourself.
Indeed.
Right?
The Prophet Muhammad told us.
And if we're not doing that, if we're not practicing that, if we're not seeing that, we see a sister in the masjid who's overwhelmed. We see a brother in the masjid overwhelmed. He can't handle. He's got too much going on. Maybe his wife just passed away. Now he's left with these 3 kids, and he needs help. If we're not seeing these things in our masjids, or we're not seeing these things in our community, or we are seeing these things and we're not doing anything about it.
Yeah.
What does that make us? What does that make us? Because we have to understand something. The best way to solve all this fakeness on social media is to converse with the kids, have conversations with the kids, right? When we go to the schools, when I go to these schools and we talk to the kids, and even non-Muslim kids, after I'm leaving, when I'm walking out the door, the non-Muslim kids will run up to me and they'll say, Mr. Mo, we have a question. And they'll start asking me all these questions. Is this true? I saw this video online. Does that make sense? Is this right? Is this wrong? Don't you have a mom and a dad? Why aren't you asking your mom and your dad? And because I'll ask these kids, these non-Muslim kids, I'll say, did you talk to your mom and dad about this? No. My mom gets out of work. By the time she gets out of work, she's tired. She takes a shower. She just wants to drink her coffee and she's relaxing. These are non-Muslim kids telling me these things.
Yes.
So why are we in the same boat?
We are in the same boat.
Yeah. We're supposed to be better than that.
Indeed.
And I think this is where we kind of drop the ball.
Allah said in Surah Al-Imran, كنتم خير أمة أخرجت للناس. كنتم. You are the best nation that Allah has raised for human beings. But the key, we're not having our aqidah or tawheed. We have different. Allah said, very important. We still Surah Al-Hujurat. Hujurat is very important surah. الله يقول يا أيها الذين آمنوا اجتنبوا كثيرا من الظن إن بعض الظن يا أيها all you believe اجتنبوا, be away from الظن, the thinking about this, think about this, and thinking overthinking. إن بعض الظن, some of the thing, the thinking about this person, not reality, a great sin.
Yeah.
ولا تجسسوا ولا يغتب بعضكم. Do not spy on social. Allah says, ولا تجسسوا. Do not spy, and do not give a names to each other.
Yeah.
You know, أحب أحدكم أن يأكل لحم أخيه ميتا فكره. Just like a person will eat his own flesh, a dead person.
Absolutely.
فاتقوا and fear Allah. But yes, reality. Yes, but at the same time, we have to accept the reality. I am poor, I'm rich, I'm in a million. I have to accept that. And also the very simple, maybe adults, they know that, but our kids also to understand about our reality, not live in the fantasy and in fiction.
Yeah. We have this thing where as adults, we're always chasing more, right? As adults, we always got to make sure that we have a nice house for our family or a nicer car, and we allow society to dictate what we believe is success.
Exactly.
Right. And so we don't allow the Islam or the Quran to tell us the definition of success. We flipped the script on what success is. And one of the definitions of success that I talk to the parents are your children, right? Have you succeeded in your children? What do you see your kids in 5, 10, 20 years from now?
Well, brother, this kind of statement is sad. Come facing this, I facing it. You know, a lot. Normally, when we get married, number one, to have a family.
Yeah.
And in order also when this family to becoming a senior, I need my kids to help me to stand for it.
Yeah.
Actually, we grew up like this.
Yeah.
We grew up. The father, the mom is number one after Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. You said in the Quran.
Yeah, of course.
But in reality now,
it's not like that.
It changed completely.
It changed, and you know, it's again, you know, we want to blame the kids, but it goes everywhere. It comes to everything.
I don't blame the kids.
You can't blame the kids if they're not brought up in a certain type of environment in a certain type of way.
Yes.
Right. We've put it to our social media and our video games to raise our children. Right. When, you know, now we call them the iPad kids. Right. We say, oh, I don't want to deal with my kids, so just give him the iPad and let him watch whatever he's going to watch. So I can do whatever I want to do, cook, clean, you know, talk to my friends on the phone. We don't want to spend the extra 20 minutes to 30 minutes, hour talking to our kids about how their school day went, about what they've seen online, about what the new trend is. What's your kid, what's their friends talking about in school, right? Because we know in school, when it's cafeteria time, when they're having lunch, the kids are talking, right? The teachers can't listen to everything that they're saying because there's 500 kids in a setting. So they're all talking. They're all saying things. What did your friends say today? What was the new thing that they're talking about this day, yesterday, last week? We don't want to take that time to really hear what they have to say, let them speak, and then correct the things that they're listening
Not directly.
Not directly. You do it. Listen, for me, I do it in a humorous, funny. I joke with them.
Allah, it's very important, brother.
You know, every parent is different.
Yeah.
Right? I like to joke. I'm a joke. You know, we joke around, we laugh, but let me explain to you why this is wrong. Let me tell you why what your friend said isn't the truth, and explain to them that just because your friend saw it online doesn't make it true. And I think we've really, really kind of dropped the ball on really understanding. Even as adults, we see stuff online and we're like, oh my, you know, did this really happen? Is this really true? We start to question it. So instead of going back on social media, on the website and say, let me go look it up, let me see if it's real, we're going to say, oh, look, did you see what happened? Oh, look, did you see this?
In fact, I almost went to that trap. You know, I do martial arts.
Yeah.
In the Facebook, sometimes a person like a midget, and a warrior, big warrior.
Oh, yeah, I saw the video.
You said the video, yeah. And then suddenly, boom, that huge body, and boom, and I say, how we do this?
Yeah.
What kind of power that
little guy has?
And then I went to the source.
Yeah.
And how actually it was in Arabic, how we do this, do this. So, oh my God, I almost
you was that for it.
Yeah. I said, a small person and a huge fighter, and boom, 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 bah!
Yeah,
And even when
got you.
the way they jump to kick, I kick,
Yeah,
I jump. But I didn't fly like the
yeah.
Chinese. No. But honestly, I
Yeah.
almost, I went in this trap
Absolutely.
and this fantasy.
Yeah,
Because I like it.
yeah,
I like fighting.
Yeah.
In fact, MMA and this, I'm
Mhm.
fighting every game.
yeah,
I love that.
yeah.
Because I was one of the fighters.
Mhm.
But the key is not reality.
It's not reality.
And maybe some other I almost went to that trap. But some people, fighter like me, for
Yeah,
example,
yeah.
they believe in it.
Yeah, because
Want to be
again,
like them.
because it's entertaining, right? You
Yeah.
found it funny, and oh my gosh, this is my experience, this is my expertise, right? And so we know that if you didn't catch yourself, you would have fell for it.
Yeah, I fight actually bigger
Mhm.
than me. When I come to America, actually,
Yeah.
they fight for money.
Mhm.
Yeah, but the key, our kids, if a person my age
Mhm.
believe in that reality,
What do our kids do?
I want to,
Yeah.
our kids.
Yeah. And that's where it comes in again. Our kids, we have to take the time to like explain to them that is not true. That's
Go back. Take time.
take the time. If
Take the time.
We're in a world right now where everything's rush, fast. We got to go to bed. We got to take showers. We got to go eat dinner. Rush. Take a step back. Take the time to have a sit down with your kid, whether it's while they're brushing their teeth or when they're going to bed or you're upstairs getting dressed or whatever the case. Use those times to have a conversation with them.
I love that.
Right? And you say to the kid, did you see this video? That this guy did this guy flipped this big guy over. Did you see this video? Yeah, we were talking about it in school. That little kid knows how to fight. But did you know that that's not real? Did you know that that's not? Let me show you the real video. Let me show you what it's for. Oh my gosh, mom, I thought that was real. No, it's not, honey. Let me explain to you why. And so you took 5 minutes to explain to the kid why this is not real.
My wife and I would have discussed about people now with the fiction, a person with a chat, a person you can speak, a man speak to a woman, and very soft, very gentle.
Yeah.
And suddenly I'm in love with that person.
With
my wife with
ChatGPT.
Yeah.
It's
reality.
Yeah, it's reality. I mean, they have movies now where they're making the robots so realistic and they're making the robots, talk a certain way, talk with a woman's voice, a baby's voice, a kid's voice.
Yes, my wife told me this.
It's reality's coming up, and it's going to be to the point where we're not going to know what's real and who's fake.
Oh,
I mean, it's coming to the point now where you really have to question everything. But that's the thing. We want you guys to question everything.
Yes, for sure.
We want you to question. We want you to ask. We want you to come to your parents and talk to your parents and say, look, mom, I saw this. I watched this. Is this real? Is this true? Is this happening? Dad, what's going on here? And then you as a father, I'm sorry, but you have to do the research.
Yes.
You have to do the research. You have to do the work. You have to sit down with your kid and you have to talk to them. If you're not talking to your kids, I say this all the time. If you're not talking to your children, somebody else is.
Again, this is very important.
Very, very important.
If you're not speaking to your kids,
if you're not talking to your kids, somebody else is.
Somebody.
And
Allah knows who this.
And you don't know who it is because they're all online. They're all online, and they're getting the right answers they're getting those right answers from some stranger. And now we have this thing where we grew up and we said, what? Don't talk to strangers.
Allah says in Surah Al-Tahrim, Allah says, قُوا أَنفُسَكُمْ وَأَهْلِيكُمْ نَارًا. Protect yourself and your family from the hellfire.
Yeah, absolutely.
We have to protect ourselves as a man.
We protect ourselves, we protect our children. And once you know that and you feel it, right? You feel like you can feel when your kids are doing good. You can feel when your kids are falling down. You can feel that stuff.
Yes.
As parents, we know we get that feeling. And once you got your house in order, once you got your house fixed up, you got to go to the community now. Now you want to fix your community.
Yeah.
Right. You start in the house. You fix your kids up. You make sure that they understand. You talk to your kids, and then your kids will start to talk to their friends. No. I talked to my dad. My dad said this isn't true. Let me show you what my dad showed me. right? And you start to
I
spread
have
it
to
out.
fix myself.
You have to.
I have to fix
Yeah,
myself.
well, you have to. I mean, you almost fell for that trap.
Yes.
Yeah, you have to.
Oh,
fix
believe
yourself.
me, because I love fight.
Yeah.
But fighting the way I fight, different than what I saw in reality.
Absolutely. But and once you fix yourself, once you fix your kids, once you fix your house, you can start to spread it out.
Allah, that is our home.
And that's what it is.
Allah, brother and sister, is Allah, Jazakallah khair, brother Muhammad. The reality here, we have a lot of fiction in our life, a lot of fraction in our life, a lot of bombs in our life.
Yeah.
We have to protect ourselves, especially for household.
Yeah.
Because if you fix household, you can fix your community.
Mm-hmm.
The community can fix the nation. Yeah. But start with yourself.
Absolutely.
With husband, wife, and household,
and the kids. Yeah.
Kids.
You know what we feel bad. What I feel bad for is when it's time to get married, right? And our kids are they're going online to find wives, and they're talking to each other online, and then the pictures that some of these girls post. And the makeup and the hijabs and the tight clothes, and then they use filters, and then they meet the man in real life, and the man says, "What is this? This is not what I've seen."
Yeah, I heard this get married online.
Yeah.
And when they say, I don't know how a man or woman online. I heard about many people.
Yeah, there's a lot of
people
apps.
come to me. 99% of those fake marriage and actually problems.
Yeah.
People come to me, they're online, and you fix the problem. How to fix the problem?
You can't, because it's all a lie.
Because exactly.
You started it up with a lie.
It hurt my feeling, especially with the sister.
Yeah.
When it comes to the age, I want to get married.
Yeah.
And then the advantage of her work, her beauty, or her money, especially money.
Yeah.
And then after take everything, boom,
they're gone. They leave. Yeah.
We have to be careful, especially may Allah protect you, sister. Be careful of this kind of websites to get married. Me myself, I've believed it's fake. That's they need to get married, yes, but everyone I know, everybody failed marriage after that.
Because online, it's easy to fake yourself online, right? It's easy to say what that girl wants to hear.
Yeah.
It's very easy to put up a profile picture that makes you look beautiful and filter it out.
Either way, I know a lot of people because she put in her profile, they told me, but I don't know. I never went to this website, but I had good advice. But she put picture, name, and this a biography, and he do the same thing. And then when they meet together, they get married, and boom, problem.
Yeah.
So I live in the court, our courthouse. The problem is we don't. Yes, get married. Yes.
Yeah, but there's a way to do it.
Exactly.
And when you're going online and you're posting, and I tell people all the time, I really believe. We talked about this earlier today. I really believe in hasad, right? I believe in the evil eye. And when you're putting your pictures online and you're posting yourself online and you're posting your cars, your money, your job, even when you get married and you post your wife, you post your kids. I really believe in those evil eyes that you're letting so many people watch your life.
Yeah,
you're letting so many people inside your home.
That's we used to discuss in Sunnahfollowers here.
Yeah.
When Muhammad Jazakallah khair, hasad, envy is reality. Prophet Muhammad sallallahu alaihi wasallam قال إن العين حق. The eye is true.
Yeah.
We have to be careful. Sometimes, with a picture online, and this, and a car, and this, and somebody, what happened?
Yeah.
You choose this.
Yeah.
You choose. The people give you an envy.
Yeah.
Some people have no food.
No.
And not only that, some Arab, especially Arab, there is food
everywhere.
Food.
Yeah.
And Palestine, Sudan, Yemen, you have no food.
I have no food, and you're over here videotaping all your food, or there's people out there that can't have kids, and they're really jealous and they're really mad, and then you post your kids online.
And
then what
believe it or not, give me attention here. A person actually have 2 kids. His wife, and him actually. The online.
Yeah.
Now what? They just born.
Yeah.
1 year, still both of them in the hospital. Both in hospital.
See?
We have to be careful to have a child. Keep your child away.
And keep yourselves private.
Private.
Keep your life private. Keep your photos private. Keep your, it's sad. We just said this like 2 seconds ago. We want to love for your brother what you love for yourself, but we don't.
Yeah.
Unfortunately, we see somebody with a nice house. We don't say, "Oh, mashallah, I'm so proud of that person." We say, "How did he get that house? He's probably selling drugs, or he's probably selling this, or he's probably," we're so envious of each other instead of helping each other. And again, that starts at the house.
Yes.
Right? That starts in your house. If you're a father or a mother who's very envious, who's very jealous, look at yourself, self-reflect, right? Look back at yourself and ask yourself these questions. Why does bad things keep happening to me? Why do all these negative things keep coming my way? Why do I keep getting bad people in my life? Well, what are you putting out there?
Maghrib almost, brother and sister. If you have any question or any comment to join us, we'll love to, inshallah. Brother, before we finish this, because Maghrib, give an advice to everyone, especially school now, 1 month started, plus about reality, how to live with reality, not with the fiction, with the imagination. How we need that advice, final advice for everyone.
Unfortunately, I think one of the best things I've seen working so far with a lot of the parents is I've been telling them to watch what your kids are watching. Right? See,
number one, for me as a parent, watch exactly what my son, my daughter watching. I have to watch.
Watch. Don't allow them to be by themselves when they have their phones or tablets or anything like this. Keep the family close. Right? I know a lot of families want these big, huge houses, and they want, and I'm always, no, small is better. The smaller you can keep a good, you keep the family close.
Yes.
I've seen families that live in these big, big, huge houses, and the kid is over here, the other kid is over here, and the mom's over there, the dad is over there, and they're texting each other.
Yes.
And it's like, okay, go get smaller. And we're Muslims. We're not materialistic people. We're not supposed to have a lot of stuff, right? You put less stuff in your life, less stuff in your house, less stuff for you to worry about. Because you have to worry right now. You're fighting social media. You're fighting the friends at school. You're fighting the news. You're fighting the shaitan. You're fighting so much fighting already. They're trying to battle. You're trying to win. Don't put more stuff in your life. Focus on what the kids are doing. Focus on your children. Focus on yourself.
But the key, with all my respect, is the parents.
For example, of course.
I grew up, actually, we are 3 boys and 5 sisters. We are 8 in Gaza. But if my mom called, Ibrahim wouldn't say yes, I go to her.
Of course.
My sister, same thing. When my mom or my dad call, yes, I am there.
Nah.
That is a culture also.
Yeah, cool.
Islamically, but the key, we're not in Gaza.
But that's also something that you start young.
But I believe I can do it as far I am in America also.
You can, of course. Yes, of course, you can.
See, I can fix my house step by step, of course, especially our kids in the public school.
But you're not going to be able to fix your house if you don't know what's wrong with you.
I love that.
Right? If you don't reflect on yourself and see what you're doing wrong, maybe I shouldn't have posted those videos. Maybe I shouldn't have posted those pictures. Maybe I shouldn't have told my friends about me and my husband's problems. Because I see that a lot where the woman will go tell all their friends at the masjid, my husband did this and my husband did that, and then the woman will say, well, if my husband did this, I would do this and I would leave him, and I would, that's the answer and I've seen this so many times where I'll have to tell the woman, please do me a favor, please don't go to the masjid and tell your friends your problems.
Yeah, a serious problem. Allah guys, ask
same thing with the men. The men go to their kahwas and they talk about their wives with their.
Oh, I know. Subhanallah, brother. I never went to coffee shop and this etc. Only masjid. My life, masjid. So I grew up with the masjid. Yeah, but my point, brother and sister, yes, we can fix it. We can make our house the castle.
Absolutely.
The castle, by the way.
A house is the home. Yeah, right? It's where you're supposed to be able to be yourself. And if your kids can't be themselves at the house, when are they going to be able to be themselves?
Indeed. That means fix it before they go outside to destroy.
Yeah. And we as Muslims, we have to remember too, we're all about our reputation.
Sorry, brother and sister, I am in severe pain.
Yeah.
And he said not to speak today, but I
yeah.
said no, because if I
It's
speak with
important,
you, I'm going to forget the pain. So tomorrow we're going to go to the hospital, inshallah, to finalize, inshallah.
Inshallah.
All brother and sister, I'm so always happy with Brother Muhammad with this advice that he was working hard. He came just for us, actually.
For you. For
me.
everybody.
Why? Because I'm facing, when as the Imam, people come ask me question, I have the answer.
Yeah.
And everybody watching us, so you have the answer.
Inshallah.
May Allah guide us, all of us, to right back, brother and sister. May Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala guide our kids, ya Rabbi. Ameen. And any question before we hang up?